In the last video, you were introduced to the Styles palette within Microsoft Word. This is going to look at some of the additional features and functionality that we can find in the style options. So if I choose one of the styles at the top here, within the style ribbon, I can right click on it, go to modify, and you'll see this familiar dialog from the previous video. However, if you go into format, you'll see there are some additional options here that can be really useful in ensuring we get the look and feel for the document that we're trying to achieve. If I click into fonts, you'll see there's a number of different options here. It's an easier dialog to browse through the fonts. You can see the type of styles that are available in here, such as bold or italic or bold italic, and the sizes. And this isn't dissimilar to the settings that you find on the main page. However, you'll also get a number of different styles here, such as subscript, superscript, double strike through, small caps, all caps, and this can be quite useful if you're trying to apply it to certain kinds of text within your document. Under the Advanced tab, you'll see you can even introduce and edit the character scale, spacing, positioning. You can alter the kerning of your fonts. You can introduce ligatures for certain fonts as well, if they're available. And to be fair, most of you are not going to need to use the tools in this box here, but it's worth exploring just to see what different things you are able to do. If I go back to the main window and click on Format, you'll see there's this paragraph option, and this can be really useful as well. So in here you'll see you've got things such as alignment and that alignment level, but what's particularly useful is this indentation option and spacing. Under indentation, we can set an indentation to the left and the right, which can be useful to either permanently indent text if we need to for multi-level numbering, or, as we have with this quote, introduce a left and right indentation to embed some text into the document. Spacing enables us to introduce spacing before and after a paragraph. So if I update this down here, you can see this little preview window is updating the effect of this on the text. And more importantly, you also find the option to edit your line spacing in this text dialog. The only thing that I would caution people of is try not to alter the line spacing on your normal font. It will work great for your main body text, but it will cause you serious problems with any tables or any other form of text that takes the style of normal. One last thing I want to show in this video. Here you can see we have a slight error in the style. So we've got a heading font style here and a normal style here, but there's a large gap between the two of them. So if we want to fix this, we need to introduce or remove some of the spacing that's applied to this text. So in this case, if we have a look at the normal font style or the heading, we'll be able to find that problem. Now if we head into the heading by going to modify, and then we go into format and then paragraph, you'll see we can find that the spacing is currently set to auto. If we switch, instead of it being after auto, to 0pt and click OK, you'll see that will fix that spacing issue, and our body text will nicely hug the headings that we have here. One of the important things for you to do is to always correct mistakes by editing the appropriate style. If at any point you start to highlight things and manually apply fonts, you will only cause problems because you will introduce inconsistency, and that will not filter through to the styles. One last trick I want to show you on how we can update a style, and this is to use the familiar tools that you already are using. So if I take this particular line here and I style it how I want it to look using the regular palette at the top. So I'm going to change the font, I'm going to change the size, I'm going to change the style, and I'm going to change the colour. Let's go for this purple here, and I'm going to also change the alignment. Let's make that a bit bigger. Now, so I have a brand new line of text here, and you'll see it's caused me some problems because it's classed as normal, but if I click on that we can see it doesn't match the normal style. So if I wanted to update a style to look like this, all I need to do is right click on one of the styles, such as, let's go for the intense quote as an example, which is this one here. If I right click on it, I can go to update intense quote to match selection, and what that will do is it will update the style I've selected to match the text I've selected, and you can see intense quote is now perfectly matching the style of text that I just specified, and it's also applied it to this piece of text beneath.